One, two, one, two. One, two, one, two. My name is Gilles Chamborer. One, two, one, two. One, two. One, two, one, two. One, two, one, two. One, two. Hello? Tac. Okay. No audio. Sorry. So, my name is Gilles Chamborer. I am French, from Paris. I was born in Paris. I start my education in Paris. And then I decided to continue my education to the south of France at Montpellier. Montpellier is a very popular city to have Erasmus students. Eventually, zoop. Okay. Eventually, I stayed in Montpellier for 4 years, and it was the city where I came to have friends from all over the world. I met my Swedish girlfriend with who I came to. Thank you, bloody Dior. Thank you. So it was at Montpellier that I came to meet my Swedish girlfriend, and I came to learn to speak properly English. In France, we come to study English for maybe 10, 15 years, but as the school system is, maybe we learn English at school, but we are not able to speak. So for me to be Erasmus student, to move from Paris to Montpellier and to meet all those finer students helped me to speak English, but also to start to be open to different culture. And after 4 years of study psychology at Montpellier, I decided to go to Denmark. I stayed in Denmark first for a year to study, and then I decided to stay over because I did like the experience to live abroad. And to pay my bills in Copenhagen, I decided to work in a sushi bar. This sushi bar was very fancy, so I came to meet a lot of designers and photographers and agencies, model agencies. So I did start modeling when I was in Paris, when I was 16, and for me it was just for fun. When I came to Copenhagen, I knew that fashion was a good way for me to earn money. So after a few months, I decided to get to full-time to fashion in Copenhagen. And in Copenhagen, I came to travel around the world. I came to be in New York, Italy, Spain, Norway, Sweden, Greece, Spain, England, and I did work in fashion for 12 years. And it was a fantastic time for me to travel, to meet people, to meet crazy, creative people. And in fact, I should say thank you to Giuseppe and his girlfriend from Milan, because I came to meet a couple in Milano, and this couple, the guy was an artist, a painter, a sculptor, and the girls used to be a fashion model. And we came to be good friends, and at some point they invite me to live with them. They used to live in a loft, 200 square meter, and their lifestyle was to organize workshop with massage, exposition with painting, parties, and they have different kind of event organized at their place to pay the bills. So imagine to live in a large space, one large room of 150 square meters. At the same time, that apartment was also a showroom where Giuseppe was exposing all his art. So, and I stayed with this couple for 6 months. So when I came to see how they lived, what they did, they changed the way for me to look at how to live somewhere. And then I came back to Denmark, and from the contact from fashion, from the people I knew in Denmark, I was constantly on TV, in the newspaper, in the billboard. So for me, it was easy to promote myself, to promote any ideas I had. And so I decided to change my lifestyle and start to use my network from fashion to promote my activity with massage and meditation. So after after some time, after traveling, I decided to take my money. I took a loft in Copenhagen. I set up a business with massage and meditation, and I did that for 5 years. And fortunately, because of my network, I was able to get people from Dubai, from Germany, from the States coming in Copenhagen to get massage. I was giving Thai yoga massage, Ayurvedic, Indian head massage, and at the same time I was giving a session of meditation. And I did this for 5 years. And when I was 16 years old, in the shelter in my home, my mom had a book from the Dalai Lama. And I took that book and I read it. And this book influenced my heart, my mind. It was a beautiful experience. It was a beautiful book. And after reading that book, I make the promise to myself that one day I will do anything to get in the same state of mind that the Dalai Lama. So when I was in this business of massage and meditation, at some point I started to remind myself of a dream. I used to work in fashion for some years. I was going everywhere. I was getting clothes for free. I was getting money. I was having a Porsche. I was having fame. I was constantly on TV. Yet I wanted to get new challenge. So from the fashion world, I thought, okay, maybe I could give a try to be a monk, to go somewhere and learn, to have proper knowledge about meditation. So I decided to first, when I was in Copenhagen, I knew that it was a temple of Thai monk. So for 3 years, I decided to visit every day this temple to get familiar with their culture, with their practice, to get more knowledge about meditation. And after 3 years, I decided to buy one flight ticket to Thailand. I sold my apartment, I gave away my clothes, I sold my computer, and I went to Thailand. Before going to Thailand, for a few years I was reading books about meditation, so I knew what kind of teacher I wanted to find in Thailand. Eventually, I find my temple, and I thought to stay there for a few months. But when I was in Thailand, I realized that to get to know the culture, to get to know the language, to get to know the prayers, to get used of the weather, the food, of a lifestyle, it would take time. And as a foreigner, as a Westerner, to come to Asia is also a totally different culture. So you need to give time for yourself to let go of your Westerner habits and start to adapt to this new part of the world. And everything I start to be open and ready after a year. After a year, I came to get used to sit on the floor, on the hard floor, because in Thailand, if you come to be a monk, you come to sit 4, 6, sometimes 8 hours a day in a lotus position on the floor. So I tell you, it is painful. When you come to be in Thailand, and I would say in Asia, in a temple to practice meditation, we may practice meditation at least 3-5 hours a day. You come to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. In some temples, you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to clean the temple. Then you come to practice meditation. Then you have a prayer. Then you need to prepare the main room to receive the food in the morning. Then when the sun is rising, you need to dress up with your ball, and you come to walk the town, walk the village. When you do the alms round, and you come to receive the food for the people. So then, as a monk, it is your duty to know how to give prayers to people. Prayers, blessing, are something essential for you to survive. So you need to learn the language, and it takes time. You need to learn the blessing, the prayers, and this you could manage after some time. So after 1 year as a monk, you are able to dedicate better concentration, time, learning and understanding of the practice of meditation, and you come to understand better and better why we do have all those rules, why we do have all those lifestyle as a monk. And to resume the situation, I would say that as a Theravada monk, all the rules are made for you to be able to focus better on the mind and body. All those rules are made that you come to have a frame of mind, a frame of vision proper to get mindful, to lose your attachment to the words, to the body, to try to curve the ego, and try to point the mind to what is always here. So from my experience, the Theravada Buddhist tradition is not a religion. It is mostly a practice, and this practice would give you fruits. It's not a matter to be enlightened, it's a matter to help you to understand what you are. It's a tool to help you to get the mind clear and to see things as they are. So for me, I stayed in Thailand for 6 years as a monk. It was a fantastic experience because I came to travel in many places. I came to learn things that I would never learn in Europe or even in the States. And if you have any questions concerning being a monk in Thailand, why of this and how of that, you will be always welcome to ask me questions now or later in the stream, and I will make videos on YouTube about different subjects. So now I will stop a bit my chit chat, except if any of you have any question. So we'll start with the first technique of meditation, which is the Wim Hof technique. So before we start, I want to inform you, first and for all, practicing meditation is not about religion or politics. You will come to use the body, we come to take the mind as it is, we take to observe the breath as it is, and we let go of the world, we let go of the past, and we take time for ourselves. So everyone is welcome, whatever your religion, your sexual orientation, your political view. This is not what we come to deal with. What we want is to use technique. And each time that we use a technique, we dedicate that time and that attention to practice the technique. So if you come to practice meditation for the first time, you come to learn to be patient with yourself. If you come to learn about meditation, yes, meditation is not easy. It's not easy because meditation is hard. It's not easy because we grew up in a culture where education, knowledge is important. We grew up in a culture when we constantly tend to look at the world. We need to be clever. We need to be the best skilled to articulate those concepts about the world. But we've been never taught how to quiet the mind, how to look within ourselves. And the tools we use to look at the world cannot apply to look within ourselves. So don't tell me that you try meditation and it didn't work out. Another aspect of meditation, when we grow up in the West, we come to watch teachers, to listen to some satsang, dhamma talk. We tend to read books. Those books try to give us an understanding of meditation. We cannot understand what is meditation from the intellectual perspective. Understand meditation comes from practice. So it is good to read about meditation. At the same time, you need to learn to put the books aside, to put your opinion aside, and learn to practice a technique, a way. And you need to give it time. You will need to learn how to look directly at what is going on within yourself. So knowledge will be good to accumulate, but after some practice, to really gain peace, to really gain deep state of concentration, at some point we will need to develop the skills to know how to use knowledge wisely, meaning that we come to create a vision of the world, but we also know how to let go of it and just be in the moment. Or sometimes we will need to learn how to look at the now without those illusion on how we want things to be. When we come to have pain, when we come to have suffering, when we come to have problems, we will need to have a clear mind, so we come to know that the source of suffering, the cause of our problem, comes from within. And most of the time it comes from attachment, desire, fear. So it takes time to develop understanding of meditation, and I would say when you come to develop an understanding of meditation, it is your life, is it your lifestyle, it is your habits. You can't spend a day without meditation, because you come to see and to understand how broad, how many benefits meditation comes to bring to your life, and that it is also good for you to maintain daily in order to develop peace, to maintain this peace, and to help you to get through the problems that you may have in different situations. So, just to say that yes, meditation, it is a moment between you, your breath, and your mind. Meditation is acting as loving yourself, as taking care of yourself, as taking time to observe what is within. So please, during the chat, during the session, you are always welcome to ask questions, because maybe it will help me to give talk in a certain direction. Otherwise, slowly we will start to have a practice, because to be honest, I don't really know how long will be this streaming. Probably 1 hour 30, 2 hours. So again, oh sorry, did you meet Rick Owens? No, I didn't meet him. When I was in, or Virgil Abloh? No. When I was in, I meet few teachers, but all those teachers tend to be Buddhist teacher. Okay. So let's start. So we will start with Wim Hof technique. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. So for the Wim Hof technique, what we want is to take time to breathe in and out by the mouth. And so when you come to breathe in and out, you really take the time and the space to breathe in and out without being shy. You allow the body to breathe in, you allow the body to take this air in, because what we want is to create some hyperventilation. So the breath comes to be through the mouth, and I want you to take 30 breaths in and out. At the 30th breath, you come to breathe out, you empty your lungs from the air, and you try to hold the breath as much as you can. When you come to reach the limit of the retention, you come to breathe in again and hold the breath for 15 seconds, 20 seconds. After, you breathe out, and again you come to do 30 breaths. This is a basic, simple Wim Hof technique. This is very powerful. Maybe the first, second time you may feel dizzy, because if you come to do it for the first time, it's normal that you feel dizzy, because it's a different breath for the body. But stay with me, do the practice. This is a very powerful technique to quiet the body, to quiet the mind, to help you to be peaceful. At some point you may feel high, because also this technique is very good to access the natural DMT within the body. This is a very good technique if you come to do climbing, diving, extreme sport, hiking. This will strengthen the capacity of your lungs to breathe in and out, to retain the oxygen within the body. The body will be more resistant to the cold. I used to dive in the cold water, and we come to break the ice and dive in the water. This is very good for the body. And then, if you come to practice this technique, you come to be more resistant to the cold. Sometimes you will go out in a shirt and short and see everyone be in a trouser, and you won't even notice yourself that the body would become more resistant. And it does also help the body to be less sick. So for me, today, I come to share with you those Wim Hof technique and pranayama technique because I think they are useful to help you to handle with stress, to handle with fear, to engage the body to be more resistant, also to learn how to clean the mind and body. Those techniques will help you also to have greater awareness during your meditation. So please, if I talk too much, let me know, okay? So now we come to practice the first set of Wim Hof, and we will do 4 or 5 of them. So we start with breathing 30 times in and out by the mouth. And don't be shy to make noise with the breath, okay? Start. deuxième set, second set. heard said. Take the time to bring air within the stomach. take the time to finish the practice of Wim Hof technique. You take the time to observe how you feel. So this was Wim Hof technique. It's a technique that I would advise you to take time to practice. It is good to do 4 to 5 sets of them. You will notice that to practice this technique takes some time, from 10 to 20 minutes. Eventually you may even extend this technique to 45 minutes. From Wim Hof technique, we come to practice Bhastrika Pranayama. Pranayama are techniques where we come to bring air within the body. In the Bhastrika Pranayama technique, we come to breathe in and out through the nose. And what I want from you, you come to bring your hands closed, fist next to the shoulders. When you come to breathe in through the nose, you bring the hand in the air and you come to open the fist. So you come to open your fist when you breathe in, and then when you finish breathe in, you come to breathe out by the nose again, and you bring back your hands down. So when you breathe in, you open your fist, you open your hands in the air, and breathe out, brings back your hands next to the shoulders. This will come to stimulate your heart beat. It will come to stimulate the blood circulation. It is also a very good technique It is also a very good technique for depression. So if we come to have a lockdown, this is a technique that I would advise you to do. You come to do 30 sets of them, 30 times hands up. You don't need to bring your hands totally up, and you come to do it at your own rhythm. Okay? So we start first set. And you come to stop, relax your hands, close your eyes, and take the time to observe how you feel. Each time, between each technique, you take time to close your eyes and to observe how you feel. Second set. come to relax your hands, close your eyes, take the time to observe how you feel. You come to do the technique at your own rhythm, and make sure that the breath in and out are kind of forced. We want to push the air out and in. Okay, third set. And you relax your hand. Take the time to observe how you feel. And we come to do the fourth set. Take the time to observe how you feel. Okay, we come to do a last set again, okay? Vastrika. Come to relax your hands. Take the time to observe how you feel. So yes, you come to feel tired on the shoulders, but just how it is, okay? Now we come to do the next technique, which come to be Kapalbhati Pranayama. This is a very good technique if you are a student, if you are a business person, and you want to develop the grey matter in the brain, you want to be clever, you want to increase memory. This is a very good technique for you. If you are stressed and you want to have a quick technique to come to quiet the mind, this is it. Kapalbhati means to bring light to the head. So this is a very good technique to help you to increase your focus, your attention, but also the clarity of the mind. So this is a technique where we come to use the muscles of the stomach. We want to have contraction of the stomach, and we come to breathe in and out through the nose. So we come to contract the muscles of the stomach. We push the air out through the nose, and we let the inhalation be natural by itself. So it does look like that. So you come to do it at your own rhythm. You may need to clean your nose if your nose is obstructed. So you come to do this technique at your own rhythm. This is an excellent technique also for meditation. Ready? Start. And you come to relax, take the time to breathe normally through the nose. We come to do 4-5 sets of them. You may start doing it for 30 seconds. The first set 30 seconds, then the second set 35, third 40, and you can increase the time as further you go along the sets. So now the next set, we're gonna do it at 40 seconds. Ready? So it is important to force the breath through the stomach. This will also give a massage to your inner organs. It is also important to keep the back straight because we want all the nerves to be free to work properly. So keep the back straight, keep the shoulders relaxed, the neck straight, and again. And you come to breathe normally. Come to observe how you feel. At again 40 seconds. Come to breathe normally. Observe how you feel. And we come to do the last set for 50 seconds. And you take the time to breathe normally. the time to observe how you feel. Take 1 minute to close your eyes and just take the time to observe how you feel. So now we come to use a different technique. We will do Anulom Vilom Pranayama. It's a technique when we're gonna use the fingers. However, you may use the gun fingers, as I call it. And what I want from you, you come to block the right side of the nose, breath in by the left side. When you finish breath in, you switch fingers to block the left side of the nose, breathe out by the right side, and breath in. And you come to block the right side, breathe out, breath in by the left side, and block the left side, breathe out to the right side, breath in, block the right side, breathe out the left side, breath in. After breath in, you block the sides and breathe out the other side. Okay? So we come to do it for 1 minute 30. When you will hear the sound, you stop it, take the time to close the eyes and observe how you breathe. Okay, how you feel. So we come to start the first set. Start. And you take the time to breathe normally, relax your hands, close your eyes, and observe how you feel. We come to do the second set. And you relax your hand, close the eyes, and take the time to observe how you feel. And again, we come to a new set. And you relax your hand, close your eyes, and take the time to observe how you feel. And we come to do the last set.